Hi, so this is my first video. I'm starting a new YouTube channel, and so in this video I intend to kind of explain my general strategy, what I'm kind of trying to do with this channel, and this video is, in itself is a bit of an experiment, so I'll kind of, it's supposed to be an introduction. So funnily enough, I already recorded the entire video, but it didn't work. Uh, well, I mean, like it wasn't actually recording. I've got this little thing here, which is supposed to start it. And in all of my trials, it worked, of course. But when I do it for the real and then I spend, 15 or 20 minutes speaking, it doesn't work, which was guaranteed to happen. So, anyways, who am I, and what is this channel about? So, my name is Arthur. I also have a blog which uses the same name, so Thoughtful Inquiry. You can check it out online. I've already got 6 posts. Yeah, I'll put the information in the description. And I started it in July of 2023, so I think that's 9 months ago. The general topic I'm kind of talking about, my general area of interest, is how do we cope with existential uncertainty and how do we deal with kind of being torn between doubt and belief? How do we stop second guessing ourselves all the time? And kind of how do we cultivate a healthy balance of humility and confidence between rationality and subjectivity? And tolerance and assertiveness. And also, how do we kind of find our personal way of making sense of the world and how we fit in it to kind of get some guidance and meaning. So in types of content, it's kind of a mix of philosophy with a little bit of psychology, geared towards personal development, and some just like miscellaneous glorified shower thoughts. But all of this kind of related in some ways, anyways. So I'm watching my notes, reading my notes. Okay, so why am I starting a channel? So I was inspired by George Cao, who's a authentic business coach, and so part of he's got a lot of different opinions, but part of it is he's got this idea on how you structure content. So 3 stages of content, and the idea is kind of have an experimental mindset and not invest too much into projects, just investing a little bit and then seeing which one works, and then putting more works into those that are proving to be successful or valuable. And so you do the first stage of content is this lightly done work, like you just make a little piece of content quickly, you publish it, and then based on those content pieces, you see which one worked best, and then you can do more in depth. You can refine them, and then promote the the ideas and the content pieces that have proven their worth in the arena, in the marketplace of ideas. And so for me, that the idea hopefully is to help me kind of get a lot more ideas out there, because right now with the blog I'm taking a lot of time writing each post. I mean, I'm trying to go towards smaller posts that are a little bit more manageable, but some of my longer posts have been like 40 hours of work, and I don't have like I'm splitting my time into a lot of things, so it's better if I can reduce, like increase my frequency of publication, but reducing the length it takes me to publish. So hopefully with these videos, I can kind of share some of my thoughts with a little less work and preparation, and then kind of see what resonates, how I can improve the way I explain stuff, and all of that. So that'd be nice. Another reason is that I enjoy YouTube. It's my favorite social media, I think, probably. And I've always kind of wanted to do a YouTube channel, well, at least always, I don't know always, but for a long time. And then hopefully it could also, this kind of, getting used to talking to a camera and explaining concepts and this type of stuff can help me improve my public speaking, or just in general how effective my communication is, because this is something, it's a bit of an area I tend to struggle with. Like sometimes, like it's not that I have a hard time thinking stuff through, but trying to convey it to someone else sometimes in the middle of when it's happening in the middle of a conversation, it can be hard. Which is why I do enjoy writing, because I've got more time to kind of process my ideas and try and distill them in a digestible form. So hopefully by doing this over and over again, I'll get better. add that. So why am I making this video? So this is the first video, and so in this idea of different stages of content and also generally content creation strategy, there's this idea that the first videos, the first work, it doesn't need to be a video, it can be anything, any creative or endeavor or publication will be bad, or like basically you're starting at your worst point, right? Because you've got the point at which you start is the one where you've got the least experience and your gear and your systems are not set up. So it's going to be your lowest point. And there's this idea, that basically, well, it depends. Some people say this, that the first 100 videos or whatever you do, before you hit 100, you're not really a real content creator or whatever it is, writer, blah, blah, blah. And the first 100 pieces are going to be trash. And you just got to deal with that and accept it. So for me, that's demotivating. Like I like doing things for a reason. That's a big part. That's a big theme of my work in general, right? Finding reason why we should do things, why we should behave in a way. Understanding why is a big part of what I'm interested in. And so doing some things that I purposefully, like I know that it's going to be bad, or that doesn't seem that's super demotivating. I don't want to do that. So it's kind of a compromise. On the one hand, these kind of more like vlog type videos where I'm just kind of rambling and more kind of explaining my thought process about the channel, kind of in a meta way. It's like I don't care a lot about these ideas. It's not like some of my precious concepts. So I don't really care the video quality and my way of, like right now I'm at the worst I'm going to be at in terms of confidence and talking to the camera. I even just like the way I speak and knowing how to explain concepts, but it's not that bad for this kind of content. And then on the other hand, hopefully, kind of having a log, a journal rather, of kind of my strategy about what what I'm trying to do with the YouTube channel and kind of how it's going, how I'm adapting to changes and updates and new thoughts and ideas and how it goes can be somewhat interesting. And it's pretty low effort on my end. I just gotta write down a couple of thoughts and then talk about them. And it's just like a vlog. I don't attach too much artistic value to it. It's got none. So I don't really care if it's not incredible. So that's the idea behind this video, and it also serves as kind of an introduction video. It's just the first one, and it's not incredible. I'll do better intro videos where I do a better explanation of my general philosophy and what I intend to do, the types of ideas I want to share. But that's not the point here. So speaking of which, in terms of content and format, so I do acknowledge right now my gear is pretty bad. We've got, I'm just recording on my cell phone, which isn't a particularly good cell phone. The image isn't very good. The sound is probably even worse. I'm sorry about that. It's directly from the cell phone. But I basically made this deal with myself that I wouldn't over-invest in this venture before I can prove to myself that I can be consistent, because I've already in my past tried. I get very excited at the start of a new project. I'm like, oh, this is the best idea ever. I get super pumped. I've invested a lot of energy, money, and time into it, and then I just immediately burn and crashed after the first attempt. So I'm trying to be a little bit more wise, a little wiser. I already did a YouTube channel in the past. I only got 2 videos out, and I crashed in in the middle of doing the third because too much, like not a lot of strategy, kind of just following the first thing that I got passionate about, and just like doing it without any strategy and not in a sustainable way. And also I had less clarity about what I wanted to do, so I wasn't as connected, like it wasn't as meaningful, so I kind of got bored quickly. But so anyways, this is the idea. Once I've done a couple of videos and I've shown to myself I can be consistent about this and I enjoy doing it, then I'll buy better gear. And I do intend to I do intend to get a better mic. That's the first order. There's an expression. My first priority will just and I'm like, just if I'm going to be buying a mic, might as well buy a good mic right away. But that's like a decent money investment. So I'll just want to know that I'll stick to it. But going back to the content type and format, so yeah, the type of video I intend to do overall is so explaining concepts. So for example, some philosophical concepts that already exist that don't come from me, or some psychological concepts that I think are useful, either because they're directly useful for other people or in different type of situations, or because they're useful to understand other concepts I want to talk about. It also sharing my ideas, thoughts, and perspectives about different topics, especially around my general subjects of my main interests, and some kind of hot takes and rants on different topics, and videos like these. So like I guess it's a video log, so it would count as a vlog, although it's just me talking in front of a couch. I'm not doing anything extra perilous outside or anything. So these were just like these kind of vlogs of my journey on YouTube, and kind of following my progress with time and kind of how I'm thinking about things. I'll probably do these every now and then because it kind of helps pad my content, and they're not super hard to do. So I'll probably, and it's not the main focus, but I'll probably do one every now and then. And so one last little topic I wanted to cover before I end is a name. So right now my channel is called Thoughtful Inquiry, so it's a blog. And so like these are things that I care about, and they are related to the content I want to do, right? So I've got thoughtfulness is one of my main values, and by thoughtfulness I mean taking the time to think things through and consider things deeply and like broadly, as in like holistically. You kind of consider through different points of view and different elements before you come to strong conclusions. And then inquiry, right, is just the process of asking a question and trying to get at the bottom of things. So both of these are technically, they're pretty related to the general topics I want to talk about. But I'm also a little afraid it might come off as a little pretentious or pompous. I mean, it's an aspirational goal. I'm not saying, I'm the emperor of thoughtful inquiry, and you should do exactly everything I do. So yeah, and then the thing is, because I've already got my blog, I just thought I'll just copy paste the same name, and this will skip me some internal analysis paralysis about which name to choose, which always happens, and I can also recycle my visual assets and branding, because yeah, and like this, I'm at the beginning of kind of coalescing my different ideas into like a general clear kind of philosophy with a specific direction. And so like for the last few months, I keep getting a lot more clarity through iterative process, right? Through kind of thinking about my idea, publishing new content. It keeps getting better. And so like some name or label that I thought was like the perfect one a few months ago is now doesn't really, it feels like outdated. So I just thought I'll keep this name instead of committing to another name that maybe won't pass the test of time. But I probably will rebrand at some point, either for a name that's more specific about my niche or the general topic I want to talk about. Probably if I do that, I'll probably vet it with the audience first. Like once I've got some people that are interested in what I talk about, I'll see that it's a good match, or I'll just use my full name. But I don't really feel like doing that right now. I'm still a little bit shy, and so yeah. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, and the last thing with thoughtful inquiry was that the initials form TI, and then if you know the Myers-Briggs type indicator, then TI, which is a personality typology system, which that will be part of the type of topics I talk about, because personality systems are an interesting way to understand yourself better and kind of help you find kind of where you fit in the world and what you want to do with your life. It's one tool among others, but it's a good tool that I like. And so in the MBTI, TI is one of the cognitive functions, and I'm personally an INTP, so it's my dominant function. So I thought it's like a little fun reference. So that was one of the reasons why I chose this name. But yeah, it's not an incredible reason. Just thought I'd mention it. Okay, so what's next? Basically, I'm keeping up this idea of doing kind of like low pressure videos, getting into flow. Hopefully the goal is to do one video a week. Now, I don't know if I'll manage to do that right now. I'm intending to do the next 3 videos by doing the whole process from, brainstorming to recording, editing, publishing it. And once I've done 3, I can start to see kind of how I feel about it, if I can start optimizing some of my process. And once I've kind of proven to myself I can be consistent, I'll start grading my gear. And I'll keep doing more videos. So the next few videos should be more like some personal concepts I think about, or explaining some more broad, general philosophical concepts that are tightly related with the topics of the channel, the topics I intend to cover on this channel, and other stuff like that. Okay, and then probably other logs as we go through my process, and I kind of share my thoughts about where I'm going and what's working, what's not working, etc. Okay, so I hope this video was at least somewhat interesting. And yeah, I'll see you later. All right, bye.